Hey guys, it's KJM and it's Flashback Friday. We are in my bathroom because I wanted to do a quick video on what it's like to wear lace fronts and also work out all the time, just to give you some tips and tricks and see if it can help my sisters out there. So I thought the bathroom was the best place to literally deliver this message, and I'm hoping I don't flash y'all no titties, but as I told you, my waist trainer, I already have big perky breasts and my waist trainer just makes them pop up. But I do have some black cross pasties on, so you shouldn't see any nipples. All right, that's my disclaimer. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, if you're not following me on IG, if you're not following me on TikTok, you need to be doing that. My channel is a lifestyle channel, so I'm not just gonna do wig reviews, waist trainer reviews or whatever. I'm gonna walk you through some of the steps that maybe some of the other hair influencers are not telling you. Biggest thing for Black women is trying to balance, or one of the biggest things, trying to balance working out along with our hair. No matter what texture your hair is, as a Black woman, it is really a struggle to be able to get an everyday workout in, plus manage our hair. I have been wearing lace front wigs since the pandemic started, and I have not dropped from my workout regimen. Now, even though some of y'all may think that yoga is just a lot of deep breathing, there's actually a lot of planks, push-ups. Vinyasa is very active. Okay, so it's strength training, but you're also super active. So at the end of some of my workouts, I am like dripping in sweat. Okay, first things first, I'm gonna tell you, when you decide that you want to try a lace front wig, and you go to a salon, or even if you have a friend do it for you that knows how to do installs, this is the one thing nobody told me when I started wearing frontals that I had to learn the hard way when I used to do frontals with full weaves, is that not every product that your hair salon uses or your friend uses may work with your skin. So you really need to test out your adhesives, tapes, glues, jellies, to see what's going to work with your skin. If you have some sort of glue that already irritates your skin, then if you're working out with wearing that lace front, you're going to irritate your skin times 55. So I had to learn that some of the, and I learned from my frontal, wearing lace frontals before I got into lace front wigs, that I can't do the Ghost Bond glue, and I can't do the Gots to Be glue. I could do the Gots to Be spray mixed in with like something else, but those two things are very popular on the market and they're not good to my skin. One of them, I had such a bad physical reaction. I think I had like a burn mark, like some skin was taken off. And I think it was from a trip where I was in Las Vegas. And that was one of my first times wearing a lace frontal. So first thing you want to do, sis, even if you've been in the lace front game for a while, if you're getting a lot of blemishes, if your skin is starting to burn, chances are you're not using an adhesive that is good for you. Now, I'm a bowl hole girl. I tested it out and I like the bowl hole products. So oftentimes, hold on, you guys now see me in the bowl hole active because it's made for people that are active. So it's what I typically have on. But for temporary installs, I also have the bowl hole lace jelly and the bowl hole liquid gold. Okay, so that's the next thing. Once you figure out what works for you, you have to decide, are you trying to have your lace front in for a couple of days, or are you trying to have it in for like 1 to 3 weeks or something like that? So depending on whether you want to have it on for a short term, long term, really depends on the type of adhesive you use. I'm not a tape person, so no matter who makes the tape, I seem to have a reaction. Plus, I find the wig always slides back with tape. I just don't find tape to be great for the gym or for working out because I work out at home. So, and I'd been testing things out before, so I'm not a tape person. So I do prefer the glues, but now I'm working on when I do a temporary install, using the lace jelly or using the liquid gold. Now, the thing about the liquid gold is, it removes your wigs with water. So I wouldn't work out with this because that means if you sweat, sis, your wig is going to be sliding back. All right, so now that we figured out what adhesives work for us, bowl hole, I'll give that as an example. And now we figured out that we want a long-term hold. So we're going to use the glue. Okay. And then we're going to get that bad boy installed properly. Once that happens, okay, maintenance of it all. When you go to bed and when you're working out, you need to have something covering your edges. So I have two things on right now because I had just touched up my edges or whatever. So you need to always cover your edges this when you're wearing a lace front. Next, like I said, even when you're working out, I have it on. And you want to be able to just remove it. And generally, it's supposed to soak up some of that sweat. And then sometimes, not every day, but sometimes I do have to touch up my lace front, depending on how much sweat. Now, if you don't know how to touch up your lace front, maybe you have someone that can do it for you when it starts lifting. But it's really good if you can teach yourself basic skills that you can learn on YouTube about just touching up your lace front and then laying it back down. All right, the next thing is some of you sweat a lot in your head. I have a girlfriend that used to be a hairstylist, and she sweats so much in her hair, she has to take her wigs off every day. There's nothing wrong with taking your wig off every day. Maybe you need to just have a glueless lace front made for you, or you want to go to a really high quality synthetic vendor like Friday Night Hair and use some of their hard, scratchy lace wigs where it kind of lays the edges for you and the hairline is already plucked. And you could just take that off every night. If you're a take it off every night person, then this is really easy for you because you're probably going to be working out without your wigs. So if you sweat a lot in your head, don't try to make it that you can keep the wig on your head because you know you're a sweater. You're going to be working it out and the wig's going to be like off your head. Okay, so now if you're not the type of person like me, I don't sweat a lot in my head, the maintenance. So I work out with this on. And then when I get out of the shower after my workout, I tend to look at the edges and look if anything was lifting. This morning, some parts of it were lifting. I've had this wig installed now. Next Tuesday, I'll make it 2 weeks. So I've almost had it on for 2 weeks. So there was a little bit of lifting, and then I laid it down with a little bit of bowl hole active, and then I retied. I actually have two bands under here. I have like my makeup band under here, and then I have my bowl hole Velcro on here. And then you're just gonna lay those edges down for a bit, even like 20-30 minutes after you touch it up. So my thing is, since I don't sweat a lot in my head, my touch-ups don't take me a long time. Like I'm just good to go. I touch it up, I put the band on, and maybe I'm just lucky, but I also wear lace fronts on vacations. Yes, sometimes I'd be out in that Las Vegas 120 degrees, and that stuff is no joke. So how do we manage to, now we're physically active, but we're also traveling? What do? Sis, I bring backup wigs. I bring one backup human wig that's already been cut and styled, okay? In case I need to reinstall that bad boy. And then I also bring like 2 synthetic wigs, and I travel with them on my carry-on on the plane. My wigs go with me. I do not pack my wigs. So I travel with them on the plane with me. Now, granted, these are skills for people who have learned to do temporary installs for themselves, but I just want to take y'all to the next level and let you know that's how I do it. So I never go on vacation with just my one lace front that's on my head. I get the original one professionally installed. That makes a difference because it usually lasts longer. But once you hit that 120 degrees desert heat, baby, the lace is going to lift no matter what, okay? It's not gauze. It's just lace. It's just like HD lace. It's not gauze. It's going to lift. You out here sweating. So I pack extra wigs and I get ready that if I feel like one gets too saturated, then I get ready to just switch it. But for the most part, last year when I was in the Virgin Islands, I didn't switch till towards the end, and I did it for stylistic purposes. And when I was in California and Las Vegas, California, the weather was good, so my lace wasn't lifting. But once I got to Las Vegas, I didn't switch the wig out. I just reinstalled the frontal myself. I get a lot of tips from YouTube, so I recommend if you're in the lace front game and you want to mix lace fronts with working out or being super active or traveling, that you definitely look for tips and tricks on YouTube. And slowly try to teach yourself small things. Don't take your edges, sis. The lace front should never be on your edge. It should be before it, okay? And even if you can't do everything perfect, I would say at least learn that if you have a little bit of lifting, how to put just a little bit of glue or a little bit of spray, blow dry that bad boy or air dry it, and then put it back down. The main thing to learn about lace fronts is you're always gonna have to have them edges tied down for the most part when you're in motion. When I'm at the beach, I don't tie it down, and I should tie it down. But and I would recommend that if you're going to the beach and wearing a lace front, that you tie up your edges. Maybe this summer I will try doing that, but I generally like, to get my pictures and have everything looking cute. Maybe this time around I will have everything looking cute, take my pictures, and then tie my edges up for the rest of the beach experience. I'm not sure how that works out, but the whole thing that I'm here to tell you is you can mix lace fronts with working out and being super active and even being on vacation. Sis, you just have to come prepared. It's like being on your period. If you're traveling, you're going to have your tampons, you're going to have your pads, you're going to have whatever, your cup, whatever it is that you use during your cycle, but you like a variety because some days you may be light, some days you may be heavy. Well, it's the same thing with the lace front game. You have to feel it out. What are your edges doing? But most importantly, protect those edges. So if you downward facing dog or if you're doing a push-up, your edges need to be protected because you're going to have some sweat. You're going to have some sweat. I don't think it's that difficult to manage, but it's important to me. So I've taught myself tips and tricks. Plus I've watched YouTube videos of tips and tricks from a lot of people that have been in the game way longer than me, but it is possible to do it. And I think the first success is really figuring out what adhesive works for your skin. Sis, if what your hair salon is using doesn't work for you, you bring your stuff. So I bring my BoHole products unless my hair salon now uses BoHole on the lace fronts. That's just what I do. So I come prepared. I want you to be prepared. I don't think it's that difficult. I don't think it's that hard. But since I am a lifestyle vlogger and blogger, I want to let you know that everyday women are managing these things. Sis, what's important to you, you're going to put a lot of work into. If you're not the type of person that likes to touch up your wigs or you don't know how to do it, then you may have a stylist that can take you in if you have a little bit of an emergency. But I do think it's possible. Like I said, I have it laid down. All right, guys, I'm in my bathroom and I have no makeup on because I have a lash appointment today and I like to go in there fresh as the baby's bottom for when Brianna does my lashes. Shout out to Lash Savvy NJ. She's always keeping my lashes right. Okay, guys, so that's what I have for you today on Flashback Friday, how to mix lace fronts with working out. If you have any questions for me, please write in, comment, whatever, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But just remember, there's more than one way to skin a cat. So if tapes aren't for you, they've got jellies. If jellies aren't for you, they've got sprays. If sprays aren't for you, they've got glues. If you don't like messing with glues, they've got glueless. But still, try to tack down your wig the best you can to make it look as natural as possible. All right, it's KJM, it's Flashback Friday. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, if you have not subscribed to my IG or my TikTok, these videos are all going to be on there. And I'm walking you through the steps this spring, this summer, fall, winter. Baby, I'm going to take you through every season and I'm going to try to answer every single question that I think you may have out there or that someone's written me in and they want an answer. So yes, lace fronts do take work and so does working out. But I think it's possible. I do it all the time and my skin is pretty good. And that's the thing. If your skin starts to look like messed up and you're getting bumps or whatever, whether it's your makeup routine or what you're using on your lace front, you're going to have to switch it up. So you're going to have to not be lazy and test it out, sis. Because we still want to have flawless skin. You never know when you got to switch out that husband or switch out that boyfriend. You just don't know. And you want that skin to be flawless. Like, sis, you just been drinking water and getting lots of rest as you plotting how to start your new relationship. You feel me? Or you just want to keep looking fabulous just for yourself. That's how I roll. All right, it's KJM, it's Flashback Friday, and I'm really going to wrap up this video now. One love, and thank you guys for all your support. Look how big these titties look in this thing. Like, this trainer is crazy, and I'm about to run errands like this too. All right, have a good one.